Send your comments and be heard.
Football Live, Football Live, Football Live.
Football Live are proof that Sports Radio 88.9 Brilla FM has gone beyond one league.
How many do you want? How many do you want?
All the latest scores from all the big leagues across Europe. This is Football Live.
Sports Radio 88.9 Brilla FM, that is the station, 88.9 the dial, and it's that time once again of the weekend. It's that time again of the weekend where we take you closer to the action. It is still Football Live, right here on Brilla. My name is Oluwatosin Adesina. They call me the Powerful FJ. I've got alongside me Kingsley Akpan. We're going to be shutting it down from now till 2 p.m. for the first leg of Football Live, taking you closer to the action. Of course, we've got friends in the studio doing some analysis as well. And of course, at 2 p.m., we hand you over to our partners in the UK studios. Warren Arshas and Steve Persson will be here to take you closer to the action from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Giving you all the action as they happen. A quick reminder once again that the action begins at half one, and in about an hour from now, the first game will start right there in the Premier League between Crystal Palace and Liverpool. And then we will have action beginning at 2 p.m. in Spain. And that will be between table toppers Atletico de Madrid and Elche. So it's the table toppers that opened the action today. Potentially, of course, will they stay atop the tree, of course, on Christmas Day? That is the big question right about now. Without further ado, of course, introducing to you the guys alongside me in the studio. But first and foremost, let me let you know that you can be part of Football Live by getting on board 070000000889. That is the number to call to be part of the conversation on Brilla. You can also join on the Facebook fan page, Sports Radio Brilla FM. That is the Facebook fan page at Brilla FM 889 on Twitter and Instagram as well. You can also listen anywhere and everywhere you are in the whole wide world on Brilla app. That is where you can listen. And of course, you can also do well to take a listen on www.brilla.net, and where you can get also the best of sports news, football, many more. Okay, first contact, of course, first pass this beautiful Saturday afternoon. It goes forward, and of course, it's from left to right. Talking about from the depths of midfield as I try to change the play, sending this beautiful pass to Kingsley. Kingsley, it's a good afternoon on Football Live.
Yes, FJ, it's good to be back again doing this and just, bringing the action closer to the fans. And this is one weekend that I've been looking forward to. You asked me in what way. It's one weekend that, would cement the failures of some teams and also bring to the fore the success of some teams. You look at teams like Southampton. If Southampton can avoid a defeat against Manchester City this weekend, it means that, Christmas Day, they would be in and amongst the European places. A side like Southampton, that happening to them. I'll love to see how that will pan out, later today when they get to play against Manchester City. And then a side like Arsenal. How would this, show Arsenal's failure so far this season? If Arsenal, either they win, draw, or lose against Everton this weekend, Arsenal cannot go above that 13th place. It means that when you say it's Christmas Day and check on the EPL table, you find Arsenal not in the top 10, not in the top 11, not in the top 12, but in the last 7 teams in the league, it's not a good one. It just goes to show how some teams have done their homework before the season started. I've gone onto the field of play to work one. That's why some teams have just been, let me use your word, fluffing around. that's Arsenal. And I also like to see the top of the table clash in the German Bundesliga between Bayer Leverkusen and Bayern Munich. I like to see that. I want to see how Bayer Leverkusen, how they've grown after the sale of Kai Havertz. I want to see if they can hold their own against the Bayern side. This is one weekend that I can't wait, yes, to get the football started. And then in a matter of 57 minutes, Crystal Palace will take on Liverpool. I like to see that too. FJ, let's just get this started.
Okay, well, we're getting the party started right about now. Can't wait to see everything. Can't wait to listen to everything on Sports Radio 88.9 Brilla FM. That is where the action is. If you're not here, you're not anywhere. Of course, alongside us in the studio this afternoon, doing justice to all the analysis, we've got alongside me, of course, Jide Idowu, as usual, back again on Football Live, and as usual, doing justice to anything that does not involve Real Madrid. If it's not Real Madrid, it's going to do justice to it. If it involves Real Madrid, then you begin to feel the love from the art. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, MJ. Good afternoon, Kingsley, Afan, and Pius here. It's good to be here this afternoon. Like Kingsley said, we have a lot of things to look out for. We want to see how some teams will shift their position. Whether they will move up or they will move down.
Will Real Madrid move up this weekend?
Definitely, Real Madrid will move up. The signs are there to see now. After that failure, maybe I would say after that dragging in the Champions League, they came back, they stamped their authority, and since then they have started firing. So the table toppers are starting today. Definitely, we'll see. They can still maintain that table for some time. I believe after a few matches, maybe those things will definitely change. So we are here. Good afternoon, everybody.
Okay, well, thank you very much for that. Also, Pius Ahamba is on Football Live this beautiful Saturday afternoon. We had already bantered him already. He says he's a blue. I don't know which of the blues, but maybe the blues that will be in action later on this afternoon. Pius Ahamba, good afternoon. Welcome to Football Live.
Good afternoon, FJ. Good afternoon to listeners at home. I mean, some teams started being first on the table. They went from first, they went to second, to third, fourth. Now they are sixth on the table. I mean, I've not mentioned any name. That team looks like the team I support in but it's good to be here again on Football Live.
Okay, thank you very much. Also, Shegun Fresh is here. His team are looking to climb up. Title challengers, champions back to back. Now they're scrapping for scraps. They're trying to eat from the crumbs that are falling from the table. That's what City are doing now. Shegun, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, FJ. Good afternoon, Kingsley. Good afternoon, Jide, Pius. My name is Oladi Tondo. They call me Shegun Fresh. I support Manchester City for a reason, and this is my 9th year, and I have seen City dominated the Premier League, and City has been the most successful domestic side in the Premier League in the last decade. But this momentary struggle will pass, and I trust Pep Guardiola to get City out of this decline, and for a side that is being built to score and now grappling to get 1 or 2 goals, you get a feeling that City will get out of this. But like I said earlier Southampton is a team you don't want to play when you're struggling, and but I'm hopeful really. But it's good to be here on Football Live. Let's do this.
Okay, well, let's do it. But first of all,
FG. You see, I like it when I see guys hopeful. I've been hopeful that Arsenal will win the league from 2004-2005.
Shegun Fresh has seen his team win.
It's now 16 years.
Shegun Fresh knows his team. Don't forget about it. Don't forget, it's the hope that kills. But of course, in about 55 minutes, of course, Crystal Palace will take on Liverpool. The starting lineups are in. Kingsley will take us through that in a moment. And of course, we'll also go to the phone lines in a moment as well. 07 0000 00889. That is the number to call to be part of the conversation on Football Live. What do we have this afternoon? We've got interesting talking points from Arsenal we go, of course, to the title challengers, the original title challengers in the Premier League, the top 2 teams, and of course we'll then go to a Nigerian player as well. Of course, the full package as far as Football Live is concerned. And without further ado, let's get started. The former Arsenal midfielder Stuart Robson believes that the problems at Arsenal at the moment are bigger than Mikel Arteta, and sacking him won't spare the Gunners from getting relegated if that were to be their fate this season, even though he doesn't think it is going to happen. Do you think, of course, sacking Mikel Arteta will solve Arsenal's problems either though this season? That is the question, of course. You can join us on Facebook, Sports Radio Brilla FM. That is the Facebook fan page. At Brilla FM 889 on Twitter and Instagram. And of course, you can also listen via the Brilla app. And of course, download it on the Google Play Store or the Apple iTunes Store. And you can also listen online via www.brilla.net. I will go first, of course, to Kingsley. Do you think sacking Mikel Arteta will solve Arsenal's problem? Here's a former Arsenal midfielder. He won a Premier League title in 1989. So if there's anyone who's suited to talking about Arsenal, it's someone who won the league title, not a Premier League title, the old First Division title. Of course, Stuart Robson. And he says the problems are bigger than Mikel Arteta, and that even if Arsenal were to get relegated, it won't be down to him.
Well, you see, there's a reason why I won't have any emotional attachment to Arteta either if he's sacked or not. And it's not because he's not an upcoming good manager. Let me call him upcoming, because he's not there yet. And he got that Arsenal job because he was an ex-Arsenal player. Not that Arteta had done something wonderful and then they said, let me go and check his track record. If you remember, we were talking about Jurgen Klopp earlier today, and then he said that while Liverpool fans were excited with Jurgen Klopp joining the team, was that we had seen what he had done with Borussia Dortmund. But with Arteta's own, we were just hearing sound bites. People saying, oh, he's the one that writes script for Pep Guardiola. He's the one that, developed Sterling, developed Sané, and all of those. Now we have seen they've given him the job
today. We'll know.
No, they're giving him the job right now, and we are not seeing him develop anything. See, Arteta is a part of the whole. Arteta is not, the problem of Arsenal in isolation. And why I might go hard at him is that, see, what others can see, you don't come out to the public and tell us otherwise, because we are sensible. He came out and said, oh, Mesut Ozil, we know Arsenal have not created anything. When you talk about creating chances for their strikers, Saka is the small boy that job had been given to, that responsibility all through the past few months. And then you come out and tell people that you are dropping Mesut Ozil, you dropped him from the league, you dropped him from the Europa League for footballing reasons, that you want your players to run and give 120%. See, all of these guys know that that's a lie. All of these guys know that, see, it's a scam. And then you now say that you want to really succeed as a team. I don't think it will happen. And I know it's coming from the board, all of them. See, if they sack Arteta, if they bring another person, if that person also does an Arteta and then supports the board and not put his feet on the ground and say, see, I need a Mesut Ozil. You've given me Partey. If Partey is doing all of the dirty job, I need someone who can spray the passes. If you get another manager after sacking Arteta and it comes out to be another Arteta, it will still not work. So hey, it might not even be about sacking Arteta. It might be about the board and Arteta sitting down telling themselves the truth. See, we cannot continue this way. Whatever it is, let's call a spade a spade. We don't have anybody who can do what Ozil, would do for us. Dominic Szoboszlai has joined RB Leipzig. We're thinking he might join Arsenal in January. It's gone. It won't happen. Now, I'm not hearing January. January. Will come in January. When is January? Another team signs. See, Arsenal are just, they are modeling things up. It's not too difficult to run a football club. We see others do it. So why is it so difficult at Arsenal? Why are things confusing at Arsenal? I don't know. So see, if they sack Arteta and this board, this format still continues, Arsenal will still be dancing in 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th. But see, if you sack Arteta and then the board also, comes alive and then tells themselves the truth and bring in somebody, as much as I don't like Arteta handling this Arsenal side, I feel he's not experienced enough. I've said it ever since they gave him the job. I believe Arsenal would have gotten someone more experienced. But hey, support him, give him encouragement, let him do it. You sack him and you don't still do the needful, Arsenal will still be struggling. But if you don't sack him and you do the needful, maybe Arsenal might, get a bit of respite and then come up the table 6, 7. If you want to really challenge for the league, then you need to get a manager that is tested, tried, and trusted.
0700000889. That is the number to call. I will go to the other guys in the studio in a moment, but of course that is the number to be to call to be part of the conversation right here on Sports Radio. If Chelsea win this weekend, they get into the top 4 before Christmas. If City win, top 4 before Christmas. If United win, top 3, maybe top 2 before Christmas. If Real Madrid win, they go top. Joint top with Atletico Madrid. If Barcelona win, they go into the top 4 before Christmas. If Arsenal win, they're still in the bottom half of the table. 07 00000889. What makes it worse is that they just don't stay in the bottom half of the table. They stay between 14th and 15th. It doesn't change. Win does not change anything. Things have gotten so bad. Hello, good evening. Good afternoon, sorry.
Good afternoon. My name is Ahmed, calling from Lakwe.
Ahmed, location not needed. Ahmed, go on.
Okay. The problem of Arsenal is not Arteta. We see Unai Emery come without result after 2-3 weeks, after 2-3 months rather. We still have the same issue with Unai Emery. This Arteta needs support. They should give Arteta money to buy to go market. You can't be expecting Arteta to be working the people like Hector Bellerin and you accept the results. As in, you expect results. So if Arsenal can get two defender and creating midfielder, I think it's okay. We need right back defender. Good afternoon. And problem at me about Arteta is this. Why Arteta don't want to use this guy defender we just buy from, what is the guy name I forgot?
William Saliba.
William Saliba. What is the problem?
No, he's not ready yet. He's not ready according to Arteta. He's not ready, yes.
Is the guy have injury?
No. He plays with the under 23s. Yeah. So he's not ready.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
but
Arteta.
I'm trying to talk to Arsenal fans that listen to radio now. We should support Arteta. There's no good manager in market. I'm telling you the truth, sir.
Allegri doesn't have a job.
After with Allegri, you have all the players in Juventus. What did he do?
He won the league.
He won leagues. Got to Champions League final 2 times. 2 times Champions League final.
And losing.
No Juventus manager apart from Max Allegri has got into the Champions League final. Boy got there.
He lost the 2 final.
He got there. Boy got there. Boy got there.
Did he to get there or to win it?
Did he get there?
How many seasons did Arsene Wenger get into the Champions League?
Did he get there? Did he get to the final?
I'm not talking about Arsene Wenger. This is time of
Ahmed.
Yes,
did Allegri get to the Champions League final or not?
He said he get there. You said it. But that is not my problem.
That's the thing.
My point is this.
I also support Arsenal.
Arsenal should support the code that they have right now.
Okay. Until relegation.
There's no manager. There's no. Okay. Do you expect him to get Allegri and telling Allegri that there's no money to buy players?
Okay.
That's it.
Going to achieve anything with the same players we have?
That's it.
No problem. Thank you very much.
If they don't have money to give this young man, they should support him.
Okay. No problem. Thank you very much, Ahmed, for that one right there. Your contributions. FG. Of course, I'm going to go to
FG.
A moment. Kingsley. I'll go to Jide Dowu in a moment right about now. But the question, of course, I'm going to ask Jide Dowu is simple and straightforward. Now, you hear most Arsenal fans saying Arteta is not a problem. It's not a problem. But there are schools of thoughts who say, look at this Arsenal squad. They're not well coached. Yes, he's not supported by the board. He got Willian, a player he wanted. He got Gabriel Magalhaes, a player he wanted. Got Thomas Partey, a player he wanted. If you talk about perhaps the most supported and most backed Arsenal manager in recent times, perhaps it's Mikel Arteta. He bought himself some goodwill. He's not being able to ride on it. But let's take this call and then I'll ask you that question. Hello. Okay, we lost that one. Of course, 07 00000889. Do you agree that Mikel Arteta, of course, sacking Mikel Arteta, that is, will solve Arsenal's problems? Some say it's coaching. Some say it's from the board, like Kingsley. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Isa Imam.
What are you doing this afternoon, Isa?
I'm talking about the Arsenal.
Go on.
The problem of Arsenal is not Arteta, it's not a coach. People are complaining over Ozil that he's not using Ozil. The modern of football nowadays, no any position you play, you can mark. So Ozil cannot mark. He can't win ball. So there's no complaint about coach Arteta. They should give him, release money for him to fight a good midfielder who can help striker to get ball and get goal. Not about Arteta. Even Mourinho or Guardiola also called coach where they bring them to Arsenal. Arsenal cannot do anything with those players. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much right there. Isa says that even Mourinho and Guardiola cannot do anything with these players. Well. I'm going to go to Jidedo right about now. Do you agree that the problem is not Arteta? Do you think that if they sack him, the problem will be solved? If they leave him there and they back him? Some Arsenal fans like Kingsley, they say that Arteta needs to be backed in the market. Do you agree?
I think for now.
Okay, well, Kingsley,
in 13 games,
Kingsley, wait.
Arsenal have scored 11 goals.
Wait, will you wait?
With Lacazette, Aubameyang, Pepe, Willian, Saka.
Young man.
And it's not Arteta's fault.
Young man.
Okay.
Young man. Let's take this call, of course, and then I'll go to Shegun Fresh as well. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Olanrewaju.
Olanrewaju, how are you doing this afternoon?
No, the problem I see they are facing there. Number one, Arteta has the quality, but the problem is that let him talk that he need Ozil. Ozil is a creative midfielder. After we have bought Thomas Partey will be doing some creative work there. But let him be doing some finishing for the player. Look at Bumia. Bumia is just doing as if he cannot score. And look at this boy last season. So let's say the truth. Truly the board has a problem. But Ozil, Arteta need to let them to know that at this person I need. If they waste money now to buy player, it's another thing again. So let them bring a creative midfielder. They're just wasting people money. We are betting on this and they're wasting our money there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me stir the hornet's nest a little bit. Shegun Fresh. Yeah. Arsenal outspent Leicester and Tottenham this transfer window. They outspent Liverpool, table toppers, this past transfer window.
And Arteta is not bad.
Arteta is 15th on the table.
And he's not bad.
Should they sack him? Was he not backed enough?
Okay, so first off, I would go with so if you sack Arteta today, there are valid reasons to sack him. But it is not advisable for Arsenal. Do you know why? Let me just put in a bit of context. It seems as though some Arsenal fans, and I think Kingsley, don't know where they were before Arteta came on board.
Where? On the table, I can show you.
No, hold on.
Okay.
Arsenal were on a relatively irredeemable decline under Unai Emery. No, hold on. I feel that at some point, I never thought that any manager will make that Arsenal a winning side in the space of 2-3 months. I never thought. When Mikel Arteta came on board, first off, he said, my job here, first off, is to first endear the fans with the club, to reconnect the fans with the club. He did that. Secondly, he made Arsenal have a sense of direction as to how they want to play and how the players that were clearly an absolute dud on the field of play, he maximized the little quality they have, created a playing system, and Arsenal now looked very different as to what Unai Emery left, before he was sacked, rightly. Arsenal right now, and all of that is what has bought him a lot of grace period. And that's why I said, even before now, if you sack Mikel Arteta, there are valid grounds. Now, one of the few things he was also primarily meant to do was to fix Arsenal's defense. Arsenal were an absolute disgrace defensively, playing from the back We saw a team that could not play from the back under Unai Emery, and they did just well under. In fact, they played City from the back and scored, City with, giving them a taste of their poison. I'm just putting this context. This is not to absorb Mikel Arteta. Arsenal now look as though every single player on the field of play know what to do. Up until the fourth game of the season, this season, where Arsenal now lost a bit of momentum. And that was where I feel that experience of a manager of a top club would have come in handy. And guess what? Mikel Arteta does not have that. Now, what we have at Arsenal is a systemic failure. So it is unfair to think that it is the manager's fault. The manager is not the one that instructed Saka to commit a stupid foul. Same thing with Pepe. Gabriel is Arsenal's best centre back this season, in my own opinion.
In everyone's opinion.
It was you're on yellow card. I felt that, now you can get decisions soft, hard, whatever foul. You were supposed to be careful. And responsibility rests on your shoulder, because if Arsenal are going to get back into their stride, they need their best legs available. If you sack Mikel Arteta today, you have wasted 1 year that he has built. What you should do is help the manager to get more players. Arsenal have not, since Mesut Ozil, Arsenal haven't signed a top-class midfielder, except Thomas Partey. And what does Thomas Partey bring into the field of play? Defensive traits. He is a defensive stalwart.
What position does Henrikh Mkhitaryan play?
Mkhitaryan is a forward. He's not a midfielder.
So he can't play from the midfield.
He is not a midfielder. That's why I said.
Have you seen him in Roma this season?
He's not playing. He's a forward. He's a forward. He's not a midfielder. He's not a midfielder. So Arsenal have refused to build or create a proper balance in their acquisitions. If you check the players that they have got, more of defenders, more of attackers. And that is down to the board. No.
Pius, wait. You have to wait.
How many attacking midfielders does Liverpool have?
Can you wait? See,
the manager has created a team to get results.
Let Shegun land. Okay. Let Shegun land. When Shegun lands, I'll take one call and then I'll come to Pius, because I know where Pius is coming from. A Chelsea fan, please mind your business.
Yeah. So
mind your house.
Like I was saying. So the obsession to fix Arsenal's defensive frailties as on the defense, and we had a conversation where the people were asked between Osemhoa and Thomas Partey, which is much more needed. And I said for the way Arsenal play and the way Arteta wants to play, get Osemhoa. Mikel Arteta, I don't think his first choice. I don't think Thomas Partey was his first choice.
It wasn't.
Right?
It wasn't.
But there was this pressure from everybody. Get the new Vieira. Now it has come at a cost. For how Arsenal would like to play, which is attackingly, Arsenal have now ensured or have built a team that are defensively set up. So it has come at a cost. And for them to get themselves out of this, in quotes, decline, Arsenal now have to go back into the market and get players. Now there's a problem of, there's a mental block also. You saw Lacazette missing his chance against what's it called? Southampton. There is this mental block, and once you have it, even for the best of players, you will grapple with the basics. It is happening. Everything is working against Arsenal right now. Arsenal sack Mikel Arteta today. They should ensure that they get an upgrade. They get an upgrade in the likes of Allegri. Allegri does what? He comes into the squad, try to make the team like his own. Then what does he need again? Money. So the money you would spend on to give to Allegri, give it to.
I'll rather invest on Allegri than Arteta. Who is a
yeah, on Arteta that already won you 2 trophies, and it's really unfair. Arteta has won the hearts of some, and he's currently failing. But I think he has earned moments of grace for him to be, backed by the board.
Sorry, the only thing I will say, calm down. The only thing I will say is, Mauricio Pochettino. I was asked one day, what did he win at Tottenham? I said he won the mind, the soul, and the hearts of fans. No trophies. Hello. Good evening. Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Patrick.
Patrick, how are you doing?
Yeah, my regards to
panel of analysts there.
Yes.
Well, that's the person who is presently speaking.
Okay.
Your colleague there.
Yes, Shegun Fresh.
I think I want to disagree with him for saying that the problem is not the coach. By the way, if I may ask you, why was Henrikh sacked? Why was he sacked? was he not sacked to be replaced by somebody? By Arteta? So they say that a coach is as good as his last match. So it is Arteta. Arteta is the virus. Just like in that proverbial scriptural thing, that's Jonah. Jonah was sent to Nineveh. He refused to go, and now entered the ship. And she started, rocking. They have to remove him. So it's a virus.
Wait, Patrick, where is the fish? Yeah. Well, who is the fish? Who is the Jonah here?
That's what I'm saying. That the Arteta is the Jonah.
Where is now the fish? Where is the fish now?
The fish
is still the same fish. He's the fish. so everything lies because let me tell you, the failure of a club still is being made at the doorstep of the coach. It's not made at the doorstep of the players because after all, coaches are hired and fired. That is the job of the boss, to hire and fire. So once a club fails, of course it's the coach that will first of all go. So it's not as if the way a Chelsea are painting the whole place blue now instead of red in Stamford Bridge. If they say tomorrow, it is rampant, just as they are blowing hot and cold now. They are now sliding down the ladder. People they are sliding from from a slippery mountain. That is how. I don't know whether they are sliding to go and meet Arsenal. I don't know because two matches on a bounce back to back. Before they said Mendy is savior. Now Mendy is turning to Courtois and Azabalaga. So the same thing with Arsenal. Arsenal, if it's Arteta is the main problem. Not even if he brings Ozil cannot change them. After all, Aubameyang is there. What is Aubameyang there? Is he not? He scored 22 goals or 21 last season. But today, it's only 2 or 1 he has scored. So that shows that the coach, the coach that is the problem. Once Arteta has to be removed. He has to be removed because, by the way, in the first place, Arteta is not even as good as people make him to believe when he was in Man City. Otherwise, Man City would have won the league back to back. But they didn't do it.
They won the league back to back. They won back to back. 198 points.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, that he doesn't. EPL is not La Liga or Bundesliga. You have to know that. So no team comes. There's no small team in EPL. So my conclusion is that Arteta is the problem. Is the chief problem. In fact, they have to remove him because after all, they are giving him enough money to buy players. And the rest of why did he even? This is players, so we cannot blame it on players.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Patrick. Right there. Kingsley. Kingsley.
I need to quickly explain the our situation.
Kingsley. Wait. Kingsley.
See, Sheikh is not an Arsenal supporter.
Kingsley.
He will not come here and use bread to carry our onion and stew. So let's explain that situation.
First and foremost, before you do that, let's quickly go to Pius and hear what his take is. Because I saw him almost going to blows and fisticuffs with Shegun when Shegun was making his case there. And then we'll take the starting lineup of the game between Crystal Palace and Liverpool. Then you can explain whatever happened between Usain Mawa and Themesteye Partey. Because I know how much of a celebration that you celebrated when Arsenal signed Partey. You were so happy.
Partey after Partey.
Yes, thank you. They were all singing Partey after Partey.
Until that changed to Partey.
Was I part of the party? Like my humble self.
You're not invited.
I was not part of the party.
Okay, Pius, quickly.
Okay, I think I mean, the chunk of the blame has to go to Mikel Arteta, honestly, because recently I think Arsenal players, I saw a stats recently that the players have considered more cards or more bookings.
Red cards, 7
under Arteta than any other manager of Arsenal. I mean, it says it says a lot.
Has nothing to do with the coach.
Yes, it has everything to do with the coach. It has everything to do with the coach.
So let's
if under his
leadership
or his
tutelage.
Yeah.
These players are conceding red cards. It says a lot about your tactics. It says a lot about your style of play. That is just yes. Now, even Jose Mourinho as conservative, as defensive as Jose Mourinho is, his players don't consider those number of cards. That says that's one.
God bless.
Secondly, he was chasing Osemawa. I asked myself, how many assists did Osemawa did he how many assists are accrued to his name last season in Lyon? I mean,
he accrued 5 assists.
We could come without 5, just 5.
3 goals, 5
and
assists.
You want that kind of player to come
How
and
many Arsenal players made 5 assists last season?
You want that kind of player to come and fill in Mesut Ozil's position. It is not possible. It can't work. Osemawa has 5 assists to fill in. Ozil will give you a lot of assists. That's not the kind of player you should be going for.
In the last 3 seasons,
you had
Ozil combined.
You had
5 assists.
You had Torreira.
Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah.
Last 3 seasons combined, Ozil 5 assists.
Ozil is a creative player.
But that's the last 3 seasons.
Player.
5 assists.
How many games did he play?
Progressive.
How many games did he play?
You want us to go to record?
How many games did he play? That's the question. How many games did he play?
Come on, Arsenal.
Compared to our that starts for Lyon.
Let him finish.
How many games did he play? That's the truth. You had Lucas Torreira, a defensive player. You have a defensive player in Lucas Torreira. You had to let him go. Lucas Torreira was gotten for 26 million. That money now is gone. You want to get Thomas Partey. All these things are blames we could just easily shift to Mikel Arteta. Of course he's the manager. Of course we are busy praising Klopp right now. During the fans corner, we were talking about building a statue in front of the stadium because of Klopp. I mean, if a team is doing well, you praise the manager. If they are not doing well, he has to take it. It is his job. That's what I'm saying. So Mikel Arteta to be blamed for me. And if Arsenal wants to progress, if they want to move forward, I think they should do away with him.
They should do away with him. Well, Kingsley, quickly, one thing we can't do away with the starting line between Crystal Palace and Liverpool. There's a significant team news that's coming from that particular fixture. If you're a Liverpool fan, if you play Fantasy Premier League, start crying if you have Salah in your team. Some people captain Salah. I know someone who triple captain him this weekend. Salah is on the bench. Kingsley, starting lineups.
Yes, FJ, Salah is on the bench. Crystal Palace up against Liverpool. Roy Hodgson has gone with a 4-4-2 formation. Vicente Guaita is in goal. The back 4 of Nathaniel Klein, Checo Kuyate, Gary Cahill, Patrick Van Aanholt. The midfield quartet of Eberechi Eze, who looks like the wave of the moment right now. James MacArthur, Luka Milivojevic, who captains the side, and Jeffrey Schlupp on the right side of that midfield. That's where he got that equalizing goal, versus Tottenham from. And up top is Jordan Ayew and Wilfred Zaha, the man in form right now. On the bench, Jack Butland, Tyreek Mitchell, Joe Ward, James Tompkins, Scott Dunn, James McCarthy, Andros Townsend, Jairo Riddleworld, and Michi Batshuayi. Let's go straight to Liverpool. Heartbreak for the Salah fantasy people, because Salah is on the bench. Jurgen Klopp has gone with a 4-3-3 formation. In goal is Alisson. A back 4 of Trent Alexander-Arnold, Joel Matip, Fabinho, and Andrew Robertson. The midfield trio of Jordan Henderson, who captain the side, Jorginho Wijnaldum, and Naby Keita. Up top is Roberto Firmino, flanked by Sadio Mane and Aminu, who takes the place of Salah. On the bench is Calvin Keleha, Adrian Neco-Williams, Rhys Williams, Nathaniel Phillips, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Curtis Jones, Mo Salah, and Divock Origi. The game will kick off in exactly 21 minutes.
Of course. Well, Kingsley is already counting down, even though it's 24, not 21. 24. 24 minutes.
How will it be
24 minutes?
How will it be 24
minutes?
FG.
But now,
do you need water?
Kingsley, but now, we know that there are 9 substitutes on the bench, not 7, as we normally do.
Yes.
And that's why you see that there are 2 goalkeepers on the bench today, as far as that is concerned.
They voted for that in the past week.
During the past week. So we take one more call, and then Kingsley explains. Of course, that explanation will definitely see us then transit to another talking point, because it does involve a manager that will be involved in this game, and of course also involved something that went on during the past week. interesting times to watch the Premier League, interesting times to follow all the teams as far as they're concerned, interesting times to listen to sports radio, because we will give you content and of course news that you can use from that particular neck of the woods. We take the score and then we go to Kingsley. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is Kadili calling from Epe.
Okay, Kadri, how are you doing this afternoon?
I'm cool, and you?
I'm great. I've got Kingsley, Shegun, Jide, and Pius alongside me.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, go on.
We greet you.
So I want to know about Arsenal lineup.
The game is for
6:30
p.m.
Say what?
6:30. The game is for 6:30.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, right there. Well, we were talking about Arsenal, and then he goes and asks about the lineup of a game that kicks off not in 2 hours, but in 5.5 hours from now. Go on, Kingsley.
Now, Arteta, there's a saying that as you lay your bed, so you lie on it, and then whatsoever a man sows, he will reap. What Arteta is facing right now is what he has caused himself. When the season was to start and Arteta had to get players, he asked for Willian, and then he asked that Ceballos loan be renewed. Now, Arteta explained to the board that Willian, apart from playing on the right side of attack, because they all discussed about who would be in that creative midfield position, Arteta explained that he can play. Willian could drop in there if he needs him to play in that position. And then also, the formation that Arteta used successfully to beat Man City, to beat Chelsea, and then to beat Liverpool did not necessarily need a Mesut Ozil. So you can't argue that now Ozil is the problem. I'm explaining this from Arteta's point of view. That was what he dropped. And then when he got to buying Partey and Osemawa, Arteta wanted Edu wanted Partey. Now they brought forward their argument to the board. And then the board had to go back to what Arteta had said before the season started, that Ozil will not necessarily be the problem. Even if I need to play this way, I can bring in William to play, Ceballos can play. And then they say, okay, if you had said this before, why then must we splash this cash on Osemawa? Edu thing for them had the most impressive argument. Let's get Thomas Partey. He's also good for the paparazzi, social media. Everybody will shout, Partey. We're replacing Vieira for the first time. And so the board had to choose between Owa and Partey and went for Partey. Let's not forget, these players that Arsenal got, Arteta wanted them. Gabriel Magalhaes, Willian, asked for Ceballos to come back. Under Unai Emery, Unai Emery's first season at Arsenal, he missed out on the top 4, I think by 1 point. He got to the UEFA Europa League final. Now, Unai Emery asked for 2 players. 2. Zaha and Nzonzi in midfield. The board. That's why when I started my blame game, I started from the board and I had to end on Mikel Arteta. The board said, no, Nzonzi is older. There's a Lucas Torreira somewhere who would give you more than Nzonzi, but Unai Emery wanted Nzonzi because of the way he's built and that he can bully players in that midfield position. The board did not give him Nzonzi. They gave him Torreira. And that's what led to you seeing Unai Emery at the long run playing Nzonzi, Torreira out of position because he did not like a player in the shape of Torreira to be a shield for his back 3. And then they started playing Torreira forward, which we didn't like, which backfired, and which we could say led to his sack. But when it comes to tactics, they didn't give him Zaha too. They went to buy Pepe. At some point, Arsenal started investigating. Sign that kind of player for 72. Pepe is not even worth 25 million pounds. How you sign that kind of player for 72 million pounds? Now, the problem is from there. But when you talk about tactics, I have seen Unai Emery set up his side and then outthink the other manager more times. In fact, triple the times that Arteta have done that. I can pick Arteta's own. But for Unai Emery, against Tottenham he did it, against Chelsea he did it. We saw the lineup and we're like, how is this guy going to play? But when those guys got to the field of play, they interpreted what the manager wanted, and then you get results. Unai Emery will not be with this Arsenal side as poor as we think he is, and Arsenal will be 15th. No. So when we are doing the blame game, let's give to Caesar what is Caesar's, give to the board what is theirs, and give to Arteta what is Arteta's. Arteta has these players. I'm not a manager. I don't think I'll do this poorly. And Arsenal will not score at least 13 goals in 13 league games. Arsenal have played 13 games and scored 11 goals. A team that has Aubameyang, Lacazette, Willian, Pepe, Saka. No.
So all of a sudden, Mikel Arteta is no longer good.
Sorry.
I mean, you said you would have done better.
Yes.
Sorry. So I mean, that's clearly banter. But
yes.
I am saying that, do you become bad overnight as a manager?
Well, your decisions can make you become bad overnight. Your decisions. Now, the decision Arteta has taken when it comes to how to set up this team with the talent that he has backfired. Now, he's not learning from his mistakes. You play this game, it doesn't work out. You expect that in the next game, Arteta would have gone to watch the previous game and say, no, I won't do this way. Now, you can predict. This is how Arsene Wenger's last 2 seasons were. That before Arsenal will play, you can tell, when you see this set of players, you can tell how they will play. Now, same thing is happening at Arsenal too. When you see the lineup, you can already predict how the side will play. There's no wow factor.
Let me ask you a question. Are you trying to say that Mikel Arteta is a Spanish version of a Franco-German that I know? Is that what you're talking
Spot
about?
on.
Let's take one more call and then we take a breather. When we come back, hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Yes, good afternoon. What's your name?
My name is Leke, sir.
Okay, Leke, you're welcome.
Thank you. I want to contribute to the discussion that's going on.
Go on.
If the formation data is saying, I don't see anything actually wrong with it. But the problem is the Arsenal strikers. How can you believe that William was in box 6 and shot to throw in from box 6? How do you want that to score? Number 2, you notice last match, Lacazette was at the front of box, he passed to the keeper. The same thing, Aubameyang, normal corner that may normally lob ball into the net, just passed the ball straight to the hand of the keeper. It seems that there was going on in that dressing room that they need to address. As that strikers intentionally wasting balls, if you see number of chances Arsenal used to have, that they normally waste, you realize that no, we don't need to be an attacker. That will not use their leg to kick ball inside those strikers. They are just wasting chances. Man, it is bad. What those guys are doing. Maybe because Arsenal increased their Aubameyang wage, that's why they decided to just change. I don't know. But I don't blame Arteta for what is happening. The chances Arsenal is having, and he has been, we are supposed to be maybe, Arsenal supposed to be among top 4. If they are utilizing those chances, but they've been wasting the chances already. Thank you very much, my brother. Bye.
Thank you very much, right there. Of course, we quickly take a breather. And when we return, there's still a talking point that somehow, we'll also have to do with Arsenal as well. Simply because we will talk about a Nigerian player who's doing very well. Formerly of Arsenal, sold by Unai Emery. Arsenal fans perhaps will know what I'm talking about already. He's Nigerian. So, of course, you perhaps have an idea already of who I'm talking about. Not Bukayo Saka, obviously, he's English. He plays with the English national team. Of course, now is moved to Everton. We'll be taking a look at perhaps if he was in this squad. You know, it's easy to talk about Mesut Ozil and say, they've isolated and ostracized Mesut Ozil. Maybe if this guy was there, maybe there wouldn't be so much problems. When you look at Arsenal's expected goals in the Premier League for 2020-2021, you will begin to toss and turn wherever you are, because you will be extremely disappointed in terms of the expected goals for Arsenal. Arsenal are underperforming the expected goals. They expected to have scored 14.3 goals this season. They've scored 11. It tells you how bad things are going on as far as the Emirates is concerned. But we take a breather and, of course, take a listen to the Arsenal team news. And when we come back, of course, we'll quickly take a deep dive into Jose Mourinho versus Jurgen Klopp. We potentially will have a title race on our hands. And press conferences upon press conferences filled with banter, and it could take us back to the days of old when Sir Alex Ferguson was playing mind games and the title was won in the press room and not on the field of play. We'll be right back.
Football Live.
Brila FM, what others wished they were. Brila FM, a complete deal.
With your latest edition of the Arsenal Bulletin, I'm Chris Rivers. Beginning with the news that Mikel Arteta hopes the challenges he has had to overcome during his first year at Arsenal will make him a better manager. The Spaniard marks a year in charge of the Gunners this weekend and has endured a mixed time since taking the helm at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal won the FA Cup in August, but more recently the club have made their worst start to a season in 42 years, leading to speculation that Arteta could soon be let go. And asked what kind of manager he is now compared to the one who was given the job, Arteta replied, "I want to believe I am much better. I've experienced things in a year that in a normal job you would experience in 10 or 8. I don't know, but it's been great." Well, Arteta was also asked about the upcoming January transfer window, but played down whether the Gunners would be making any moves. He said at the moment he would rather focus on getting the best out of the players he has at his disposal. That comes after technical director Edu indicated that Arsenal would make a move in the January transfer window, and amid comments from Lyon's Houssem Aouara, who was heavily linked with a move to Arsenal in the summer, that he's not looking at moving in January. Finally today, the agent of Arsenal outcast Mesut Ozil has revealed the playmaker is a man in demand as he runs down the final few months of his contract at Arsenal. Ozil is free to negotiate with other clubs from January onwards, with his Arsenal contract expiring in the summer, and the ex-Germany international is spending his final few days watching from home. Ozil's agent has revealed that the German is attracting significant interest, though, despite having not played for Arsenal since the return of football, and he said that he won't be short of options regarding where he will go next, admitting that he has already had meetings with Turkish side Fenerbahce. That's all for now. We'll have more news later.
Brila FM, a complete deal.
All the latest scores from all the big leagues across Europe. This is Football Live.
Football Live.
Be part of the biggest football package on radio. Football Live on Sports Radio 88.9 Brilla FM. Send your comments now to our Facebook fan page, Sports Radio Brilla FM.
Our Twitter handle at Brilla FM 889.
With the hashtag Football Live or email footballlive@brillafm.net. Hurry now, send your comments and be heard.
Football Live. Football Live. Football Live. Football Live.
Sports Radio 88.9 Brilla FM, and it is still Football Live, taking you closer to the action. Of course, still got interesting talking points for you, and counting down about 9 minutes to the game between Liverpool and Crystal Palace right at Selhurst Park. That is, of course, the first game of the weekend. At 2 p.m, Elche travel to the Wanda Metropolitan. They take on the table toppers in Spain. Well, Jidedo would disagree with me because there are 3 teams on 26 points. So that means they are not table toppers. It's joint table toppers. But
they have 3 games.
Wait, can 3 people stay at the top of the Christmas tree on Christmas Day? Well. One thing we know for sure is that 2 people won't be on top of the Christmas tree in the Premier League. At least that's the way it seems at the moment. Simply because Jose Mourinho and Tottenham, they're chasing Liverpool. They lost that game on Wednesday. Classic encounter. The build-up was massive. And of course, Liverpool won by 2-1. Last-minute goal by Roberto Firmino. Perhaps the day everyone will get to talk about Roberto Firmino's heroics and coming through for Liverpool will come. But for now, we know him as the misfiring Liverpool forward. who scores maybe 1 goal in every 9 games. But he's not the subject of discussion today. We're talking about Jose Mourinho, who says that Jurgen Klopp's antics on the touchline was something he wasn't happy with. If I am behaving like Klopp on the touchline, I am in trouble. I will not have finished the game. Quote unquote, Jose Mourinho Santos Felix. If it was me, if I was the one jumping up and down, groping the assistant referee, charging him, telling him that this score was supposed to go in our favor, this one didn't go in our favor, passionate and everything. Passion, that's what some people call it. Jose says, if I were behaving like Klopp did today, I wouldn't have finished the game. Do you agree with Jose Mourinho that he wouldn't have gotten away with Klopp's antics if he were the one on the sidelines? Or is it Mourinho just trying to play mind games as usual? Because before the game, we remember, he said, you say Liverpool have injury problems? Alisson is fit. Trent is fit. Fabinho is fit. Matip will not play. Robertson is fit. Listed the entire Liverpool starting lineup and said Van Dijk is injured. But apart from Van Dijk, who else is injured? Starting lineup for Liverpool. Because we can count 10 players from Tottenham in the under-23s who have injuries. Jose Mourinho, again. That was before the game. After the game, he focused on Klopp and said, if it was me, I wouldn't have ended the game. Kingsley, let me start with you. Do you agree with Mourinho that if he was the one doing all those things that Klopp did, he wouldn't have ended the game? Or it's just Mourinho doing his normal thing, mind games?
I feel it is Mourinho doing his normal thing, his mind games. And see, that man comes with the full package. You might say some of it might look negative, but see, I think the positive outweighs the negative. The positive is that Mourinho will give you content day in, day out in any league and in any team that he gets into. Before he became the, Tottenham's boss, their press conference, pre-match and post-match, was not always crowded. His first press conference, see, it was a seller. The press guys just wanted to hear from him. We just want to hear from Jose Mourinho. And then when you know that this is who you are, that people need to hear from you, you must always find enough to talk about. Now, that's not ruling out the fact that if he were to be the one jumping around and maybe disturbing the referees, maybe he would not have gotten away with it because he has an history. Klopp has not that kind of history. For Jose Mourinho, remember now, Jose Mourinho has poked a certain assistant.
You shouldn't have. I wanted to ask DJ Dowu that question because he was the manager of DJ Dowu's club when he did it.
Yeah, he has done that before.
I was going to go to the many sins of Mourinho. Let me go to DJ Dowu now. Your coach said he wouldn't have got. Sorry, your former coach said he wouldn't have gotten away. He wouldn't have been sent off. He wouldn't have finished the game if it was the one. But your former coach, when Ronaldo scored against Manchester City and slid on the turf. Oh, Shego Fresh, sorry. And he slid on the turf and he was celebrating. Mourinho ran on the turf and slid. He didn't get sent off. What is Mourinho doing? Is this mind games? Or is just Mourinho saying the truth?
We know Mourinho for his mind games. He has several, and I think, I'm happy that a coach of his nature, is coming at this present time because, even without talking, when Mourinho pick up the microphone or is at the mic, even without talking, you don't know what to expect from him. The two of them, both him and Klopp, they are two animated coaches. It's just that Klopp's own, I think, override, his own that particular day. But saying that if he has done that, he will have been set to the stand. I don't believe that. He's just playing a mind game. He's known for that. Can you remember what he did when Inter Milan beat Barcelona that time? He lied down on the top and started writing, on the top and started writing. So those are kinds of his mind game. I don't think he will have been set up because it will be unfair on him if probably he got his own animation past Klopp and he was sent off because we know Klopp for the kind of the way he behaves at the touchline too. So if he has done his own and is a little bit above Klopp's own, I don't think he will have been sent off. Those are part of the thing that makes the game interesting, especially at the touchline.
Okay, well, thank you very much for that. Shegun Fresh, we know that your manager is another thespian on the sidelines. Yeah! Sorry, that's me trying to imitate Pep Guardiola. But we know that he's a thespian on the sidelines as well. But do you think Mourinho perhaps is just trying to poke the eye out again? Because you look at perhaps is trying to bring the FA's attention to something and say, look at these guys. I'm pretty sure if they gave him the opportunity to name names, he'd point fingers and say, Pep, Klopp, do you think there's any undertone to this?
Well, first off, also Mourinho, Pep Guardiola is a manager that knows where to draw the line. I don't think that is the case for Jose Mourinho. He has thrived on bridging boundaries. And that is who he is. So you have to take him for that, or don't talk about him. I refuse to agree with, because he will give you content, blah, blah, blah. Absolute crap. I believe that Jose Mourinho doesn't exist now and lose content on what to talk about. So if your presence, if you are not there, there will be things to be reported.
Like Mourinho.
So for me, after the game against Tottenham, we all have our own way of, managing or accepting defeat. He came out and said the better side, lost, and I was like, well, this is him. Is this what the media men are saying they are excited to write about? That you are telling us an absolute lie. We saw a live game. Liverpool created the most chances. Liverpool had they were the better side, and they rightly won the game. And you said the better side. So for me, he's saying that what's it called now? Jose Mourinho, Jurgen Klopp. I think he's trying to allow Jurgen Klopp, stay in his head, rent free, because Jurgen Klopp has also shown a very, very appreciable level of mental toughness that he won't be startled by Jose Mourinho's antics. So he's probably doing it with the wrong person. I think that Pep even budged, in the last game when Tottenham played Manchester City, where he said Raheem Sterling, he's not sure Raheem Sterling wasn't.
And then Pep kept Sterling on
the bench. Pep did what? Kept Sterling on the bench. Do you understand? And that is why it's more often than not, even Mikel Arteta, they don't like to concede to whatever Jose Mourinho says. So, but in this case, already you even said Jurgen Klopp doesn't deserve the best coach award. That
I think she will win 7 titles.
So I in my own opinion, I just feel that Jose Mourinho should focus on much more important things. There are privileges that when you lose it, it is gone. There are some things that there are some tackles. Look at Neymar. There are some tackles that are very bad that Neymar gets, but referees, they overlook it. Why? He has lost that privilege or the benefit of the doubt that he's not diving. So you see, referees ignore Neymar being kicked, and it's because they have seen you, without being touched, roll and act as though as a salt, like a salted earthworm. When you put salt on earthworm out, we have seen Neymar act that way. So I think that there are some privileges that you would lose. Yes, Jurgen Klopp can be excessive, but sometimes, more often than not, you enjoy Jurgen Klopp's antics on the on that touchline. It is not very abrasive and irritating, as opposed to you shoving your own professional. He did that to Wenger. At some point he had issues with Mancini. With Sir Alex Ferguson. Your own is. You poked a man that was struggling with cancer in the eye. You don't know where to draw the line. So for me, Jurgen Klopp, whatever he does, I think he has not earned that watch for everyone for the referees or the officials to say, you know what, manage yourself on the touchline. He has not lost that privilege. Jose Mourinho has lost it, so he should not try to resurrect or get it back by trying to draw out another manager, because it won't work.
Well, there it is from Shegun Fresh, of course. Quickly taken from Pius, and then we go to the phone lines, and we've got comments on social media. There's also a poll on our Twitter page at Brilla FM 889 right there. Of course, you can check it on our Twitter page at Brilla FM 889. Be part of that poll. It's blazing fast. Fans are voting, and I think I'm liking what I'm seeing, but maybe I'm not liking it either. Of course, action has also begun, and Liverpool have taken the lead at Selhurst Park, Kingsley.
Yes, FJ, just 3 minutes into the encounter, and it's Crystal Palace 0, Liverpool 1. Well, a lot of us spoke about.
It's your friend that got the goal.
A lot of us spoke about
your
Salah,
friend that you don't like.
Salah being on the bench. For not good for some fantasy guys. The guy that replaced Salah in the front trio, Takumi Minamino, has gotten the goal for Liverpool, and this just goes to show squad depth for Jurgen Klopp's side. That if you can bench Salah and bring in another player, and that player is opening scoring for your side just 3 minutes into the encounter, it shows that you've really got quality on the bench.
Okay, well, the only thing I'm going to say is, I remember when Kingsley first saw this guy start again in the Champions League this season. He went on and on about how the gulf in class is very wide between Salah and Taku, but no problem. Pius.
I mean, anybody could have said that. A lot of persons didn't give Minamino the chance, so.
Pius, let's talk about Jurgen Klopp. Don't worry.
Pius, for the second time, Pius, God will bless you.
Pius, let's talk about Jurgen Klopp.
I think for Mourinho, if there's one person that shouldn't be talking about morals, I think it's Mourinho. He shouldn't be at all. This is a manager that I remember in 2016, either 2016 or 2015. With Manchester United, he was sent to the stand 3 times in 20 Premier League games. 3 times, more than any manager in Europe's top 5 leagues. Then the same manager that has also used the F word on the referee, the same manager that has done so many things in the Premier League is talking about morals. When Jose Mourinho talk about moral, I don't pay attention, because I mean it shouldn't be coming from him. All these are just mind games, and like Shegun Fresh said, he's actually messing around with the wrong person this time around.
Well, he's messing around with the wrong person. That person and his team, they're currently leading London by a goal to nothing. When Liverpool have started a Premier League game without Mo Salah, that number is 8. That number is 11. They've won 8. They've only drawn 3 of those games. So perhaps Liverpool fans could look on the bright side. Hello, good afternoon. Hello? Okay, it's not ready for us right there. Faffing around. Well, Kingsley's got the starting lineup of the game between Atletico de Madrid and Elche. That kicks off in about 25 minutes. The real table toppers in La Liga, the ones with the biggest cojones in Europe. 3 games in hand, and they're still top of the table. How are they doing it? But let's take the score. Hello. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Lekon.
Lekon, how are you doing?
I'm fine. I want to contribute to your discussion on Jose Mourinho and Klopp.
Okay, go on.
Now, first and foremost, my comment is your analysts that you have there. Are they talking from their own biased mind?
Please,
or are they analyzing
hello. Wait. Let me educate you first and foremost. You have no grounds to ask whether they are analyzing from biased minds. It's their opinion. And opinions are subjective.
Okay, sorry.
So give your own opinion.
My own opinion. No. I want to know, are they analyzing based on what does the rule says, or they have to give their
it seems like you didn't hear me. Did I stutter the first time? I said it's basically their opinion. And of course, they can. The analysis is subjective, regardless of what you say. Are there rules guiding the behavior and antics of coaches on the touchline? Yes. Has any of the managers in question breached the rules? That's up to you to now answer.
Okay. Now, I believe that what is happening, if it's Jose Mourinho that have done that, will have been if he has done exactly the way club behaved, he will have been sent to the stand. Meaning that the subjective aspect of it, fine, we are all human beings, the referee at least, they are human beings too, there is at least, there is, how would I put it, the subjective aspect of it. But to answer your question straight, if he's the one doing that, or any other coaches behaving exactly the way club behaves, will have been sent to the stand.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for that. But apparently, it seems that you've not seen enough of Diego Cholo Simeone. It means that perhaps you've also seen, you didn't watch Pep Guardiola in his pomp while he was always acting on the touchline, because for me it was pretty, got to a stage I almost got annoyed for Pep Guardiola. The only one as well. That means you've not seen Antonio Conte. that means you've not watched enough of the man they call El Loco before he calmed down and he started sitting on white stools. Hello.
Good afternoon, LJ.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Kingsley, Pius, Jide, and Shagun, my usual friend.
Good afternoon.
This is Engineer Peter Modi.
Oh, the good engineer. Go on.
Thank you very much. You see, I like this topic very well because it's always good when I see people analyze issue. I'm always very happy because we all have our own mindset and we have to deliver it as we know. It's on our own perspective. And I thank God that the way your analysts, the guys in the studio, they said almost everything that is the truth. There's no doubt about everything that they said. But one thing I want people to understand, Mourinho we are talking about is one of the best crafted coach on earth. And he's filled with many things. He's talented in many things. He's a great motivator. He's a great show coach. And he has every origin. Even all the intrigues of football, he knows it all. Especially about the sideline we are talking about. He's one of the best. Even when you go for a conference after match or before match, all his body movement are signs that people have talked about at every time of the year. He's always there. That's why I like him so much. I don't have anything against him. But what we want to know is how about Jurgen Klopp, whether he has committed or he has done something extraordinary out of the way. One thing we have to realize is that body system can shake as much as everybody wants it. But what comes from the mouth, what the other person you are discussing with, because most of the crisis Mourinho got himself involved that he was sent out. You don't know what he was saying. It's only when he reacts that people will now tell us what he said. And it's always offensive to the football world, whether we like it or not. He says things at times on his own intelligence to create that ability. And even if they count many of the things he has been saying, many of them will have sent him out several times. So when Jurgen Klopp did his own, he might jump up or he might dance or anything. But what comes out from it is he is still composed and gentle. There's nothing wrong in that. That's what, because we don't really know what transpired there, what they said or what. You can start talking to a coach with annoyance. That does not mean that you are insulting him. So we have to be sincere with our heart. It's not about it. You see, that's why I said he is the best in his field. And he was looking for, just as you guys said, he was looking for a partner so that they can say this is what happened because he knows we don't hear what they are saying. All those things are just mind games to him. And he will continue. Nothing will stop him till he gets sent out again, which we knew. He will see very soon. When the cookie started crumble, you will see what will happen. Because it's football. Anything can happen. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you very much. Right there, the good engineer as always, giving us succinct and, of course, good contributions. We'll go to Facebook, of course, and take some of your comments, and then we'll switch talking points. But first, let's take some of the comments, and then we take the starting lineup between Atletico Madrid and Elche, and then we switch talking points. Kingsley.
Yes, Bobby Okaigwe on Facebook says, good afternoon, guys. So, Mourinho is spot on. We all remember when he got shoved off by Wenger. If Mourinho did that, he would have been sent off. He's just the manager people love to hate. Ikem Bright Obianwu says, good afternoon, guys. Please tell Shagun to stop the hatred of Mourinho. What is he talking about?
Please, Ikem Bright needs to get it right. He needs to get it right.
There's no hatred here. You just have to.
It's just analysis.
Yeah, bearing his thoughts right there. Honorable Victor Ikechukwu Fomba says, please, for the guy in the studio that said Klopp doesn't deserve the award given to him, I completely disagree with him simply because for a coach that has won Champions League for them, current the best team.
Okay, he seems he didn't get it right.
Yes.
Jose Mourinho was the one that said, Klopp should not have won.
Not the guy in the studio.
Not the guy in the studio.
Yeah. Mavic Palumi says, nice job.
That's not a guy in the studio. That person was Jidedo. Don't come here and call our analyst guy in the studio. He's not a guy in the studio. He's the man in the studio, and that's his name. So please, next time I won't take your comments. That's what we're gonna do next. So, of course, starting lineups in about 18 minutes. Atletico de Madrid at the Wanda Metropolitan. My team in Spain. No offense, Jidedo, no offense. I'm sorry. I just love Diego Simeone. So
you like him because of his animation.
I like his animation on the sideline.
Well,
so Atletico Madrid take on
now I know the kind of guy FJ is. Liverpool is your team in England. They top the league. Atletico Madrid team in Spain. They top the league. When we get to
in Germany,
Italy, you will say AC Milan is also your team.
Come on, nobody likes Stefano Pioli. Come on, who likes? Come on.
In Germany, you say Bayer Leverkusen.
No, come on. Peter Bosz is too calm. I like the coaches who like to be animated on the touchline, show their emotions, and that's why I'm a little bit surprised and disappointed in Mourinho. I think Mourinho, when he used to be animated, show and express himself on the touchline. Sometimes he went to the extreme.
Yeah.
In all honesty, sometimes they went to the extreme. I really enjoy that Mourinho. Even till now, when he does at Tottenham, we saw him against Manchester. This was a man who ran towards the referee just about 3 or 4 months ago. He ran to the referee when the referee did not send off. Was it Otamendi against Manchester City? He and his assistant. They all.
Right.
And also, he has also. I don't think he's in the position to regulate how any other person celebrates, or because you remember he did the same thing with Conte. I mean, he held Conte and he was like, you don't jubilate. Did it to Lampard. You don't regulate how anybody wants to express his or sadness or happiness. My own worry, or like Pyle said, you lack the moral standing to say how this should be and how that should be. I feel that when he started out, people were like, oh, that's how Jose Mourinho is. But like I said, he lost that privilege because people now have had enough. There will be a point where Jurgen Klopp will do enough and he will also lose the privilege. You remember while he was the coach of Dortmund, he was banned, where he went to the accepted, but he would have to do it to a certain level where he would also lose that privilege and he wouldn't be caught any slack. Jose Mourinho has lost that privilege, and that is why, for me, like I always say, even down to my own personal life, I don't like people that thrive on victim mode. He likes to do this. If it were to be me, if it were to be me, if it were to be me, and for me, it doesn't sit well. An absolute man, you should just focus on your game. You are arguably the best manager of your generation. You should not. You and Jurgen Klopp do not even belong in the same. Jurgen Klopp has not done half
of what you've done as a manager.
Do you understand? When you're trying to talk, you are giving him unnecessary attention. You should focus on Tottenham, and you are doing greatly. You are doing. You are. No one thought. I personally did not even think that Tottenham will be where they have to be. You are doing great. Focus on your club.
I'm surprised you guys are surprised. Jose Mourinho, he loves the news, no matter how it gets.
Well, another man who loves the news, definitely. Cholo Simeone, the starting lineups.
Yes, Simeone has gone with a 4-4-2 formation. Yano Black is in goal. The back four of Renan Lodi, Mario Hermoso, Stefan Savic, and Kieran Trippier. And in midfield is Thomas Lemar, Marcos Llorente, Kokeo captains the side, and Yannick Carrasco. Up top, Luis Suarez and Yao Felix. On the bench, Miguel San Roman, Manuel Sanchez, Felipe, Simi Veslauco, Richard Sanchez, Geoffrey Kondobia, Vitolo Sao, Niguez Angel Correa. There's Lucas Torreira, Diego Costa, and Ivan Saponic. That's for Atletico Madrid. To Elche, Jose Almiron has gone with a 4-1-4-1 formation. In goal is Edgar Badia, back four of Antonio Barragan, Gonzalo Verdu captain the side, John Donald and Hussein at left back, Ivan Macon. Yes, we shield the back four, and we've got a quartet of Yosan Raoguti, Jose Morente, and Fidel playing behind Lucas Boye, who is the top striker. On the bench, Diego Rodriguez, Miguel Cifuentes, Dani Calvo, Juan Sanchez, Mino. There's Yusuf Kone, Jason Lukumi, there's Emiliano Rigoni, Luis Smith, there's Victor Rodriguez, Nino, Johnny Alamo, and Per Mila. Those are the starting line of Atletico Madrid up against Elche. The game kicks off in exactly 10 minutes. Yes, 10 minutes. We'll have the players on the field of play. 20 minutes of action right there in Crystal Palace game against Liverpool, and Takumi Minamino's strike in the 3rd minute still separates both sides. But yes, the Eagles have been trying to knock on the door, but Klopp's men have remained resolute all through the 20 minutes.
Of course, Liverpool one win this season away from the Premier League. That win was at Chelsea. So definitely you understand why the desperation to get another win on the road, of course, as far as they are concerned. Well, we'll quickly move on to the last talking point for the afternoon as we edge closer, of course, to linking up with our partners in the UK studios. Talk about Warren Arshurst and of course Steve Persing this beautiful afternoon. It has to do with Alexander Iwobi. Of course, a lot of division in terms of what people think as far as Iwobi is concerned. But Everton boss Carlo Ancelotti says he's happy with the evolution of Alex Iwobi and has admitted that the player is in the moment. Ancelotti has played Iwobi on the right in recent games, and it is the first time the Nigerian has been involved in 5 straight Premier League matches since the Italian arrived at the club. Iwobi has divided opinion amongst fans and ex-internationals of Nigerian Super Eagles alike, but he seems to be finding his feet in a defined position, which is on the right wing back, right side of attack. It was something, of course, that he couldn't find at Arsenal. At Arsenal, Iwobi played CM, CDM, CAM, LAW, LW, RW, sometimes even played as a supporting striker at Arsenal as well. Of course, giving Arsenal's recent problems in attack and the Super Eagles' oft nature to find it difficult to create. Could Iwobi have been an X factor for Arsenal this season? And is he the solution to the Super Eagles? Is this a solution to the Super Eagles' current creativity conundrum? There's a reason why I've asked this question. All the data points to the fact that Iwobi playing on the right for Nigeria would be a very great option. Iwobi in this Arsenal side perhaps would see Arsenal score more goals, maybe create a little bit more chances. But of course, quickly, at start, sharp from Pius. Would Iwobi have been an X factor for Arsenal this season if he was in the team? Remember, Unai Emery
on Arsenal, so I don't think so.
Okay, well, let me quickly go to Jide Idowu. Relative to the Nigerian national team, Iwobi playing on the right seems like that is a position where he's been able to influence games for Everton. Do you think that will work with the Super Eagles?
I don't think so. I don't think it will work with the Super Eagles. I think the reason why Iwobi is being used is because of, I think, injury to Komasimos. And that's why Ani said himself that the coach called him in training and said, we are going to try a new system and I want you to be, pivotal head, the person that will take the role. And I think why he why he's playing that role very well, he has the support of Rodriguez. When he get the ball from the back, he gets somebody to play the ball and they move the ball too. I don't think we have that kind of a thing in Nigerian system for now, except if the coach will devise it. And since he's able to play that role and he's playing it very well and he's getting little bit adapted to that role, it's something we can even try in the Nigerian team. But for now, I don't think we have the players who can try that system and make it work compared to what we are seeing in Everton.
Okay, sharpish there, Shegun. You look at the Arsenal setup right now. Bukayo Saka has created the most shot-creating actions for Arsenal this season. 3.1 chances created per 90. Alex Iwobi, 3.41 chances. And this is him despite starting 6. The rest, all the Arsenal players, Willian, Pepe, all of them, Lacazette, Aubameyang, 12 games, 13 games started.
I think that he's getting back his Arsenal days, at Everton, but I don't think he still has a very bad final ball. For his very good work rate and his pace, his final ball is very, very disappointing, and which is one of the things why Arsenal fans have. Alex Iwobi doesn't fit into that requirement. Not because he won't do any job whatsoever, because where Arsenal are right now, even an average, but I don't think it would make a magnifying difference in this Arsenal squad, because what is needed and what he has to offer do not, perfectly fit. As regards playing him on in the same position where he's thriving right now, well, that is left to your guy in the national team, and I feel that
Sorry, who's my guy? I want to know who my guy is.
Well, you have always expressed your love for the national team coach.
Franco German.
Yeah, I mean, you have always loved and expressed, and I want to respect that. So probably you can, but for me, it will be more often than not. Whenever you check most top coaches, national team coaches, they tend to see how their players are thriving in some position in the other club side, and then try to drop them in the same position, just so they can maximize, the talent or the what they have to offer for the national team. I don't think that would can be mirrored for what we have.
Can't do all these things. But you see, both teams that you have highlighted, FJ, I don't know if you did this on purpose. Their managers are stuck in their ideas. Or, I don't want to use the word stubborn sounds somehow, but they have their ideas, and that's what they always want to do. So it's always difficult for them to be a bit flexible and say, oh, Iwobi is doing this, so let me try. If Iwobi was in this Arsenal side, I won't be surprised if Iwobi is doing the same thing that Saka is doing right now, that Arteta would not use him the way Ancelotti is using Iwobi to get results. If Iwobi also comes to the national team, I don't think Genetro is ready not to play his inverted wingers, left on the right side of attack, right on the left side of attack, let them cut into their favorite foot and then hit the ball. When you have sometimes a Paul Onachu who is blanky the right side, and he puts the ball in for the striker and even for Victor Osimhen. So because of the two managers, if Iwobi likes, he should give 4 assists in this position in Everton.
When it comes to Nigeria.
When it comes to Nigeria, you will play where the manager has been playing.
Passing in our UK studios. Of course, we can see if we have some comments on Twitter at BrillFM889, but we'll take this call. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Uvi on the line.
Uvi, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you. Well done, everybody.
Yeah, go on.
The last person who spoke, God bless you.
Kingsley.
We have played, we have Kingsley, God bless you. We have played Alex Iwobi as a position in national team before. It has not worked. If Kenneth God is listening to this, forget whatever you see in Everton. In the national team, Alex Iwobi is effective as an attacking midfielder. He has a position and is doing well. Do not experiment with him in the same position, in the same way that Everton is carrying out now. The players we have in the Nigerian national team are very different from what we have at the Everton setup. It is not the same. It's one of those things they say, do not try at home. Do not try with the national team at all. Euro. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Do not try
What? Is this a WWE bout? Oh, please, what is going on? Of course, we got some comments on Facebook, Sports Radio Brilla FM. That is the Facebook fan page. We take 1 or 2 comments.
I'll just take 2, but a lot of guys really coming for Shegu. I don't know. Precious Favor saying a lot of Mourinho haters. While listening to that Shegu about Jose, who is been hating on for nothing, lying that Jose puts Wenger while it's the other way around. If you don't like Jose, stay quiet and don't talk about him. There's a huge gulf in class between you and Jose. Makes no sense to be hating the Harbour.
Just take the comments when you're done.
Bobby Kaigwe says, for Iwobi, he will thrive in the Super Eagles if he works on his crosses. Our major problem is creativity in the middle of the park. For Arsenal, yes, he will bring some creativity, but he won't be the X factor because he doesn't possess the impetus.
Emphasis on the word impetus. Of course, that is as far as we can go. As of course, we connect to our partners in the UK studios, talking about Warren Arshurst and Steve Persing. Of course, the voting line still open on Twitter, on of course the polls, and people continue to vote. Currently, 67%, 62% say Mourinho will actually be punished if he had copied the antics of Jurgen Klopp on the sidelines. Well, it tells you a lot about the man as far as that is concerned. But of course, we can then of course continue to give you Football Live right here on Sports Radio 88.9 Brilla FM. Of course, get us on board. You can download the Brilla app and take it with you anywhere and everywhere you go, and you can be part of Football Live this beautiful Saturday afternoon. 30 minutes have been played between Liverpool and Crystal Palace. The scoreline is 1-0. Of course, just like Kingsley said, Taki Minamino was the one who got the goal. Currently, Trabzonspor playing against Rizespor in the Turkish Super League. And of course, Anthony Nwakeme starts for Trabzonspor in that neck of the woods right there. You will get all the updates, of course, as we connect to our partners in the UK studio. Special appreciations to everyone. Jide Idowu, Shegun Fresh, Pius Ahamba, of course, as well as Kingsley Akman for making it a very interesting one. Beautiful one for us this afternoon on Football Live. Do have a beautiful, beautiful Saturday. And of course, don't forget to keep listening to Sports Radio 88.9 Brilla FM.
Football Live, our proof that Sports Radio 88.9